I listen up, bro, because I'm about to keep it 100 with y'all like I'm goddamn Benjamin Franklin up in this bitch. You read the title, right? Discipline alone ain't gonna be enough to achieve your destiny. Yes, sir, let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Depending on discipline alone ain't gonna be enough to achieve your destiny, to achieve your duty, to fulfill your dharma. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? I thought discipline is all that we needed. Go David Goggins mode. We gotta lock in. The winter arc is coming up. Monk mode, self-improvement. That's gonna help me achieve my highest potential. Now you're telling me discipline ain't enough. Well, what do I need? Relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that discipline builds strength, but devotion awakens power. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. Discipline builds strength, but devotion awakens power. Devotion is something that you may have heard about before. And when you hear the term devotion, if you're anything like me, when I was younger, you think that sounds very lovey-dovey, romantic. Oh, I'm devoted to this, I'm devoted to that. It sounds soft, sounds passive, right? But in reality, devotion, when you learn to actually activate it, is the path of a warrior, of a divine warrior, of a dharmic warrior. And what do I mean by that? You see, discipline alone, this is what the modern day world is so obsessed with. Discipline, 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 discipline. Especially as a man. Just go take a look at the manosphere, the self-improvement sphere of content. Everybody and the goddamn mothers are talking about discipline. And I'm not saying discipline is bad, but if you only rely on discipline, you ain't gonna get far enough to fulfill your destiny, to fulfill your dharma. And that's the thing that's gonna fulfill you as a human being. More importantly, as a sovereign soul, as a sovereign entity, because you were brought here for a specific purpose. You were designed by the motherfucking divine to pursue your destiny, to fulfill your dharma. However, again, you cannot fully access that if all you do is focus on building discipline. Because again, all these self-improvement guys, all these self-improvement channels, you know, the modern day world will tell you that discipline is all you need. Discipline is being able to go beyond what you feel in the moment. So discipline has a lot to do with going beyond and past your emotions. And a lot of people who get over obsessed with discipline become the people that become so emotionally numb. And of course, this is what is seen in the world as masculine. You got to be stoic. You can't, nobody can, you know, see that you're sad. Nobody can see that you're angry. You got to be stoic, man. Stoic, bro. And that's good in some cases, but if you're just gonna remain a stoic stone, a fucking rock, your entire life, you're never gonna access the power of devotion, which is invoked from emotion. Devotion and emotion. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? The people that are the most devoted in life to their destiny, to their cause, to their duty, to whatever goals and dreams that they have, are the people that fully embrace it to a level that disciplined people can never even touch. Let me ask you this right now. Crazy example. It's gonna be pretty wild. If I put a gun to your goddamn mother's head and told you, you gotta go run 100 miles right now or I'm capping her. Hopefully, most of y'all love your mothers, so you're gonna do whatever it takes. You'll run, you'll crawl, you'll walk, you'll drag yourself on the floor those 100 miles and you'll get it done by any means necessary. Because why? You are devoted to your mother. When you just rely on discipline, discipline can only get you so far. There's a level of energy, a reserve tank that has been stored within you for these moments where you are fully going past yourself, going beyond everything. When you have something that is deeper to you than just yourself, that's when you tap into devotion. Another example, right now, let's say you're somebody that's broke, just super broke. Don't get a dollar to your name. You're gonna rely on discipline to, go to the job interviews, apply to jobs, you might couch surf a little bit. Yeah, you're just gonna use some discipline to get you through that. And at a certain point, you're inevitably gonna get the job. You might be stressing about it, this and that, yes, but you're gonna rely on discipline to get you there. Right now, what if we took that same individual and he had a kid, a newborn baby? That's his kid. I promise you, that motherfucker's not taking his time, his sweet ass time, choosing what job does he want. He's gonna go fucking dumpster dive. He's gonna go do the craziest jobs that most people won't do because he is devoted to getting money to feed that kid. He's devoted to something beyond him. That is what most men are lacking in today's day and age, the devotional aspect. And that's why most men will never actually achieve their destiny. They might be successful in the eyes of society, but they'll never be fulfilled from within because they are not devoted to something beyond them. It's all about them. Survive, have sex, achieve status. The lower three chakras, the lower three pursuits, the lower three planes of consciousness, which are not bad, but if that's all your life is about, your life is just about me, my body, my cravings, my satisfaction. You see, what if you could be satisfied, but also play a huge role, a specific role within this cosmic symphony that we call life, that not only fulfills you, but also helps uplift the collective consciousness of humanity. That in itself is called Dharma. That is your destiny. That is your duty. That's what you were brought here to do, motherfucker. But you might be able to be disciplined enough to discover your Dharma. But in order for you to fully achieve it, you must view your destiny, you must view this pursuit as something higher than just your own needs. Just like that guy who's broke. His newborn baby, he's devoted to. He's not just worried about himself. If he fails, that baby fails. It's more pressure and it's a good pressure. However, that must be accessed through your emotions. You have an emotional tie to that baby. You're not just some stoic, wow, that baby needs food. I should get job. I should get work. I should bring money to feed baby. You're not some just robot that's just disciplined. Cold shower, 5 a.m. If you only rely on discipline, you're gonna lose the fire of devotion. Emotion is fiery. It ignites people to do things that they've never fucking thought was possible. You running 100 miles, you might not even be able to run 1 mile right now, but I promise you, you'll do whatever it takes to save your mom. I hope to God, man. I hope to God. If you don't like your mom that much, I don't know. If I got 2 broken legs, I'm still finishing that race, no matter how long it takes. Hey, motherfucker, you better wait. I'm finishing the race or I'm dying in the process because I'm devoted to that level. This is what most men lack. And this is why most men spin around the same discipline cycle like a schizophrenic psychopath over and over and over again. You know, what's the next self-improvement habit? What's the next self-improvement thing? How can I get my discipline to this point? Look, at a certain point, your discipline is just what it is. I'm not saying you shouldn't be disciplined, but the tank only goes to a certain amount. To get to the next level, you need devotion. That's why I'm saying, depending on discipline alone ain't gonna be enough to achieve your destiny. Because your destiny, your dharma, sits and resides within your heart, not your mind or not your body. When you try to be disciplined, you're disciplining the body using the mind. Meditation, when you do it on the surface level of self-improvement ways. You're not doing it in a way to access spiritual, subtle planes. Most people don't know what I'm trying to say when I say spiritual, subtle planes, but the true meditators, the true practitioners, the true spiritual aspirants, you know what the fuck I'm saying. You access different planes of consciousness through meditation. That's what it's for. It's not to just be disciplined and productive so you can go be more disciplined to go to your job or go work out more and this and that. And again, bro, I work out. I have work I need to do, all these different types of things. I'm not saying discipline is a bad thing, but I'm trying to tell you right now something I wish I knew sooner, that discipline can only get you so far. You're going to hit a plateau when it comes to your purpose because you must be devoted. You must access and open the heart, the Anahata chakra, if you want to call it that, to fully ignite another level of energy, another level of prana, another level of dedication that you simply have never seen before. If somebody, again, has that kid and they're just broke, they're going to do things that they never thought was possible. They're going to be up at night, having slept for 6-7 days straight and feel completely fine. But if you're just disciplined, if it's just about you, it caps off at a certain point. Because you're the only one that feels the failure. You're the only one that actually gets impacted from this. A lot of people live their life like that. That I'm just a lone wolf and I just need to be disciplined so I can fulfill, or not even fulfill, pursue this fake idea of my purpose, which is what people tell you on these platforms. Oh man, you got to be a top G. You got to be a 1% male. 1% male. You got to, be an alpha. That's what they tell you is your whole purpose in life as a man. Build this business. Get your biceps bigger. Go buy a Bugatti. It's pathetic. That's a slave life. Because you are never accessing your divine potential. You're never accessing what devotion feels like. If you've ever been devoted to something beyond you, bigger than you, I don't know how you dropped it, but if you dropped it for some certain reason, you know what I'm talking about. That their life looks different, feels different, tastes different. Pause. It's a different game that you're playing. You're on a different stratosphere. You're on a different atmosphere that most people will never fucking be able to even access. Because they're living just for themselves. Living just for what satisfies their senses. Because they haven't gone beyond the idea that they are something past the senses. They control the senses. Discipline helps you control it, build strength, but it never awakens the power of the spirit. You control, you be disciplined, with your food, your eating habits. Disciplined with, your sexual cravings through NoFap, semen retention, all that stuff. You can be disciplined through your workouts, being strong. But all that builds up strength. Why are you building up all this strength? And if you really look on a deeper level, when you ask people that are stuck in the self-improvement, matrix, it's simply just to pursue those three things that satisfies themselves. Survival, sex, status. And they'll say, all I know for my family, all I know for my work, all I know for my purpose. What the fuck is your purpose? You ask him that, to be my highest self. What is being your highest self? And then you'll slowly but surely peel off all the layers of BS to get to the programming of what they have. Survival, sex, status. That's what I really want. That's my purpose. And that's not a bad thing. For some people, that's what they're brought here to do. Cool, awesome. Maybe this incarnation is not their time for spiritual liberation. But if you are an individual that feels like there's something deeper to life beyond survival, sex, and status. Maybe I've gotten sick and tired of it. There's a great quote from Sadhguru, and he says that spiritual life is for the people who have who are not attracted to the good life of what society tells you this is good, this is successful. Spiritual life, spiritual aspirants are those who have tasted that and know there's something better. There has to be something deeper. But if you want to go deeper and you just rely on discipline, it ain't gonna get you that much further, bro. It's needed. It is a foundational element, but you need to fuse it with devotion. You need the yin and you need the yang. You can't just go all yin and you can't just go all yang. If you have devotion with no discipline, you're not able to funnel the power. If you just have discipline with no devotion, you have the structure, but where's the power? You see what I'm saying? You pick it up with the fuck I'm putting down. Most people just have structure in their life, but what are they structuring it for? To go back down into the cycles of what the Maya, the Matrix, the illusion, self-improvement, and just this whole society in general tells you is your version of success. As a man, as an individual, forget just being a man, there is something deeper to your essence that will ignite a different experience in life once you fully connect to it, once your consciousness fully connects to it. This is called your dharma. This is called your destiny. This is what is natural to you. Most people are completely disconnected from that. And when you're disconnected from that, you're never devoted to anything. You're just a discipline. You're just doing discipline to be able to get rewards such as dopamine. A lot of people think about it. Are disciplined, doing dopamine detoxes, but they're doing all this discipline to inevitably go chase after more dopamine in a different way. You're supposed to do a dopamine detox. You're supposed to become disciplined to inevitably find out what it is that you're devoted to. Now, when you got both working together, you are following the path that is aligning you to your destiny, to your dharma. You are living a life as a warrior. Not in a sense where you're killing people, you know? But you're living life in this state where you are pursuing what you were designed by the divine to do, or dying trying. Or dying trying. Just like how I said, if you're devoted to your mother, you're gonna run that race because this is the thing that you're designed to do if you want to keep your mother alive, or you're gonna die trying. Of course, your dharma is not something as fucking scary as that. Oh man, I'm gonna shoot your mom. That's not what the dharma is telling you. Hey bro, this is your destiny, and if you don't accomplish it, I'm shooting your mom in the face. That's not what I'm saying. But you get an extra sense of passion, urgency, determination, focus, vigor, vitality that most disciplined people don't have. They're like fucking rocks. They can run for miles. They can do their meditation. They can, do NoFap. But you look into their eyes and something is empty. Something is missing. Something is void. It's lacking. And it's what they're devoted to. They have completely burnt off any connection to their emotions because they think, oh man, in order to be disciplined, you just gotta lock in, cut off everything. You can't look at this, you can't do that. You have to just do these routines. Okay, why are you doing all this shit though for? To become my best self. Again, what does your best self mean? To pursue my purpose. Well, what is your purpose? To be my best self. You see, it just goes around in a cycle, and people don't realize that if they were being truthful and honest, it comes down again to those pursuits of survival, sex, and status, because discipline can only get you to a certain point where, again, you're using your mind to discipline the body. What goes past the mind and access to the spirit is devotion. The mind can discipline the body, but the spirit is what disciplines the mind in that sense. You build discipline in the mind so the body follows. But you're not just the mind and you're not just the body. There's something past that too as well. It's the spirit. What allows you to harness your mind, because you've harnessed the body through discipline, now you need to harness the mind, is devotion from the spirit. Now everything is alignment. The mind is devoted to what the spirit reveals to it. And now since it's devoted to that, it disciplines the body to pursue that. You see what I'm saying? It's a chain reaction. But if you just stay stuck in the mind and you discipline the body, guess what your mind is naturally programmed to do? Do I have to really say it? You guys have heard it enough. Survive, chase sex, pleasures, and achieve status. That's what your mind is designed to do, because you're stuck in the matrix, because we've been programmed to believe that all we are is just the brain and body. So if you discipline the body through the brain, what's in the brain? It's that programming. So the discipline only gets you so far. Yet still, what I'm saying, it only gets you so far. You will maybe have a better life. Like, I'm not saying self-improvement won't help your life, but you're never going to be fulfilled. These guys still got to go get more money. Still got to get more muscles. Still got to go get more hoes, clothes, and all that stuff. Yes, they're improving their life, but they're improving their life within the matrix. They're never able to devote themselves to something that breaks them past the matrix. Do you see what the fuck I'm saying? Self-improvement and this idea of discipline makes your life within the matrix better. By no doubt. No doubt about that. Self-improvement makes your life in the matrix better, but guess what, you motherfucker, you're still in that matrix. I'm not just talking about that alpha male top G type of matrix. I'm talking about the spiritual matrix, where you are disconnected from your soul, where you're disconnected from your dharma, from your destiny, from what you were designed by the motherfucking divine to do. If you rely on discipline, if you depend on discipline alone, that's as far as you're gonna get. You're still stuck in the matrix, but your experience in the matrix ain't that bad. Yet, deep down, you're still unfulfilled. That's why all these top G's, the alpha guys, the people that are super disciplined, need more cars, need more clothes, need more hoes, need more survival, need more sex, need more status. Because their consciousness is controlled now within the lower three planes, but they have never accessed the higher three planes. When you get into the higher three planes, that's when you get closer and closer to your dharma. That's when you get closer and closer to your destiny. Now, what happens when you achieve or access your dharma? By mastering the self, you connect to that deeper aspect of who you are beyond the brain and body and what you were really brought here to do, aside from just satisfying the senses. Now you know it, and it's not an intellectual knowledge, it is intuitive, because you've always known your dharma, you just forgot it. You've always known the password to your phone, but you forgot it. But when you lose a password to your phone, do you go look in the external world? What's the answer to this? No, you just go within. You cut out the noise. You reintegrate and reimburse yourself back into your mind or your intellect to remember what that is. Think about it like this. If you're in a crowded ass room, like disco going on, and you forgot the password to your phone, it's gonna be hard to remember it because there's so much external distractions. So what you need to do is go into a quiet room, right? And remember, think. And then comes back to you. What you are doing on this path of self-mastery is going into that room and remembering your dharma, remembering your destiny by, again, removing the noise. But the noise ain't fucking DJ shit. It's the karmas and the compulsions that you have that keeps your consciousness stuck rooted in the lower planes. The world is designed in a way to keep you stuck in those states. Self-improvement is a way to make you have more fun in those states, I guess. But still, you don't ever release yourself. You don't free yourself from those states. You're still a slave to them, but now you're a rich slave. You know, all these top G guys, they got money, but they're still slaves. They're well-paid slaves now because they're still slaves to themselves. You see what I'm saying? And when you're a slave to yourself, then you're still a slave to the system. Because again, they only relied on discipline. So now when you're on the path of self-mastery, you are climbing up the spine, walking up the mountain, accessing the higher chakras, the higher planes of consciousness. You get closer and closer to going completely beyond the brain and body. And when you're beyond the brain and body, what happens? You're beyond desires. If you're beyond desires, you don't need this, you don't need that. What is left? It's just your natural duty, what you were naturally brought here to do. You know, people are disciplined to inevitably achieve and fulfill their desires. Discipline is foundational, but if it's just for your desires, it's only going to get you so far. That's the whole point of this message. It's only going to fulfill desires. It's never going to fulfill your destiny. When you are desireless, I'm not saying that you don't want food, this and that anymore, but you have gone beyond the non-stop chase of dopamine. Even though people discipline themselves, they're disciplining themselves to inevitably go get bigger hits of dopamine. Okay, I'm not gonna do this and that, but I'm gonna stack up all this stuff and inevitably go binge on a big thing. Yeah, I might not watch porn, this and that. I might not eat junk food, this and that, but I'm stacking all these discipline habits to inevitably go get something that gives me a high dopamine rush. Buying a Bugatti, buying this, going to these fancy restaurants, getting a model, you know? It's inevitably just holding back, repressing yourself from engaging in small dopamine to inevitably go just erupt like a volcano on the big dopamine splurge. Because again, your mind is still focused on the programmings of survival, sex, and status. You haven't gone beyond the brain and body. So if you haven't gone beyond the brain and body, you're not willing to devote yourself to something beyond your brain and body. You will only access devotion after you have realized your dharma, your destiny. Now, once you've realized it in the higher planes of consciousness, what awakens within you? The mind is already awake, the body's already awake, but now once you have reconnected to the spirit, another subtle aspect of you opens up. And it is the bridge from the brain and the brain and the body. And it is deeply connected to the spirit. It is something that is within you that is I wouldn't say it's the manifestation of the spirit, but it is more closely connected to the spirit, and that is your heart. Most people can never access or live from the heart because, again, they have never tapped into their dharma, to their destiny. So everything is just about, again, what is going to help them get those satisfactions for the body, for the brain. When you tap into the spirit, you go beyond desires. You discover that dharma by dissolving your karmas. Your heart starts to reignite, open back up. Because now you are living from the heart where you're giving to the world. And as you give, you receive hundredfold. You are playing your role in life. That's your main focus. But as a byproduct of that, you're living your best life. You see how all these dipshits will say, I want to become my best self? And they're always chasing their best selves. When you are desireless, when you are living from the heart and you're devoted to something beyond you, you're devoted to your dharma, devoted to your destiny, you naturally don't even got to try to be your best self, and you are your best self. Because in order for you to fulfill your destiny, you have to be living life at a high level. You have to be hitting all cylinders, or you're not going to be able to do that. If you can't get a job, you're not going to be able to feed that kid. You're going to tap into levels and gears that you never have before. You see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? This is what you're missing, bro. This is what most men are missing. Devotion. Because they believe that discipline is just enough. Because you've been fucking brainwashed. by all these influencers out there, the fitness people out there that are telling you discipline, 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 discipline. Yes, you need discipline, but at a certain point, you need to go past and detach from discipline to access devotion. Now, when you got these two clicking together, that's when you become powerful. That's when you become dangerous, motherfucker. You got discipline and devotion working for you. Now you have access the path of the warrior, the heroic path. Go look at all heroes. Go look at all myths. Go look at all traditions. My favorite embodiments of the heroic path of someone who's devoted to something beyond them within the folklores, within the mythological tales of time, is the figure within the Indian tradition named Hanuman. Hanuman is the monkey god of the Indian tradition. And if you guys have ever read the Ramayana, you know what I'm talking about. This is an ancient text called The Journey of Rama, the poem of Rama. Rama is an incarnation of one of the ancient Indian gods named Vishnu. He's an incarnation of him. And he has this whole story where his wife inevitably gets, I don't want to spoil it for all you guys. It's a fucking long ass book. It's an amazing book, beautiful book. But here's the plot. Rama, as an incarnation of God, God coming into the world as man, a God coming into the world as man, better yet, because this is a polytheistic tradition. He's coming into this world as a man. He has a wife. The wife gets kidnapped by demons. And the whole journey is now to rescue his wife. And he inevitably connects with different tribes, notably the monkey tribe, which is an analogy of human beings before the evolution to what we are right now, our more primate ancestors. Because Vishnu comes into this world in different incarnations when it is time for humanity to evolve to its next form. Then another version of Vishnu that you guys may know as well, because it's a more popular book called the Bhagavad Gita, that is the 8th incarnation of Vishnu, which is Krishna. Rama is the 7th. So if you guys have read the Bhagavad Gita, I have never read the Ramayana, I would definitely recommend to you guys. But Hanuman is the warrior, the great warrior of this simian race of people, the monkey race of people. And think about it like this. He didn't have his wife taken away from him. It's not about him. But he became so devoted to Lord Rama that he would do whatever it took to go rescue his wife. Not Hanuman's own wife, but somebody else's wife. That was his dharma. That was his destiny as a warrior. It wasn't even his own king. But he understood the divine presence that lived within Lord Rama. And this is supposed to be an analogy for your dharma. Lord Rama is your dharma. That's a bar, write it down. And there's so many tales, so many amazing things where he's leaping across the oceans. He's fighting demons. He gets literally lit on fire. And he would go through all the pains, all the hardship, using discipline. But if it was just all about him, not his own wife either, just I need to go fight these guys because they called me a name. So I'm pissed off, I'm going to go fight them. I want to defend my own respect. If it was all about that, you would have stopped at a certain point. Hey, bro, I'm getting lit on fire. I'm not going to go this far. Like, I'm chilling. If you wasn't that devoted to Lord Rama, if it was just relying on discipline, oh, man, yeah, I'm a good warrior. I'll help you out, bro. I'll definitely help you out. I'm getting lit on fire. Hey, bro, that's enough. You're taking this shit too far. I ain't willing to go do all this. I'm not willing to go do all this because I'm still worried about myself. Well, what about my wife? What about my pleasures? I don't want to die without, experiencing more of these types of things. I don't want to die without getting a nice car, nice clothes, nice hoes. I'm not willing to, again, put my life on the line for this shit because I'm not that devoted. Yes, I got the discipline, but look, when shit hits the fan, discipline ain't gonna be enough, bro, because that is what life is about on the heroic path. You're gonna hit a point, a plateau, where discipline ain't gonna be enough. You gotta push through that wall with devotion. With devotion. And he is a great example of that. The best example, if you ask me. It's a beautiful story where he starts to access devotion. And within the story, there's a specific part where the wife, who is like literally in a prison, and Hanuman is in the prison with her, states that, hey, how devoted are you to my husband? And he stands there and he goes like this. If anyone is just listening to me, pay attention, get your phone up. He's going like this. Rips his chest open to show what's in his heart. And what sits within his heart is Lord Rama. He's bleeding. He's like just dripping blood. Look up a picture of Hanuman heart. Just search that up on Google. It's one of the most bold, most vigorous, most heroic, most beautiful pieces of art you'll ever see. Because it's a story. It's a symbol. It is something that is talking to your subconscious, not just your eyes. Relaying you information from the East, from your, maybe even your bloodline, of what it means to be a warrior, what it means to live in alignment to your Dharma, what it means to ignite devotion. Because discipline ain't gonna be enough to get you to that point where you rip your motherfucking chest open and you can see what sits within your heart. Your heart is still inactive if you're relying on discipline, because if you rely on discipline, you can, yes, control the body with the mind, but the mind is still being controlled by karmas, by compulsions, by slavish tendencies that the system has programmed within your system. Now, since the body is controlled, you can operate in that system better through discipline, but you'll still be void. That heart will still be cold. That heart will still be empty, because the thing that opens that up is when you access Dharma. Imagine when you access Dharma, this opens up automatically. Now your mind and body, there's something in between it. Whenever your mind is about to direct your body to do something, it gets infused with devotion. So imagine this, your mind sends signals to your body to act. Right? That's what it does. The brain sends signals to the body to act. Me doing this, my brain first sent the signal and then my body reacted. It's very subtle, but when your heart is open, there's another touch point of your energy where it goes. Starts in the brain, goes into the heart, then to the body. When it touches your heart, every act you do becomes magnified. The heart is the seat of magnetism. The heart is the seat of willpower. The heart is the seat of true fire. Everything you do just got more oomph to it. Everything you do now, when the heart is open, just got more punch to that bitch. And if you hit a plateau, brain to body, the punch is only 50%. And this wall is too strong. Because this wall, what's past that, is your destiny, is true fulfillment. Yes, you might get more dopamine if you just get to that self-improvement phase where you're disciplined. Now, beautiful, awesome, good job. But if you want something past that, if you want something better than dopamine, which is called divine nectar, you need to break through that wall, and you need more power to break through that wall. And what allows you to do that is devotion from the heart. This is some advanced shit that we're breaking down over here. This is gonna be a long video. Like, man, like, I'm just rambling about this, but hopefully you guys are understanding, better yet, understanding what the fuck I'm trying to tell y'all. Discipline ain't enough to break down that wall. The wall sitting in between you and your divine nectar, true dharmic alignment, truly fulfilling your destiny. You can have all the dopamine in the world, but guess what? You're still gonna want more. You get one drop of that divine nectar, bellissimo. It's all you need, motherfucker. It's all you need. That's what allowed Hanuman to rip open his chest and show you what's in my heart. So every act I do, starting with the brain, every thought I have, energy-wise, gets fed and gets directed towards my dharma, my duty, what I'm devoted to. Every act is now devoted to that. Every step I take, every drink of water I have, every time I talk to somebody, they can feel the devotion within me. And if these people are aligned to this path, they're gonna get magnetically pulled to me. Not in a sense of, oh man, like all these semen retention guys will tell you, yeah man, all you gotta do is just fucking pack semen retention, people will come around you. No. When you're devoted to something beyond you, you start to move worlds. You start to do things that mere human beings cannot do. Where discipline cannot do. You start to be able to motivate, influence, inspire on a level that you've never seen before. When you're fully devoted to something beyond you, because people can sense, yeah, if you're trying to inspire this and that, but you're only disciplined for yourself, they can sense that. But when you have fully devoted yourself to something beyond you, you'll die doing it, because it's your dharma, it's your destiny. It's better for you to pursue that completely and fail in the process than it is for you to be disciplined and follow whatever society tells you is successful, because you'll actually feel fulfillment. Once you are on that level, once your conscious is operating on that plane, you're playing a whole motherfucking different game, my guy. But again, you're never going to be able to access dharma to open up that heart if you first don't master the self. Self-mastery is a prerequisite to realize the self, to realize who you are beyond the brain and body. Self-mastery is a lot of discipline. But you have to be devoted. You have to be devoting this discipline to something deeper. Oh man, I just want to practice semen retention, so what? I'm not watching porn, so I don't feel bad, so maybe I can get a girlfriend, and then I can have sex with her, and then I can get more dopamine. Oh, I'm gonna do meditation, so I get better productivity. I can do better work on my business, so I can get, you see how I'm saying I, everything? This is what self-improvement does. But when you practice self-mastery, which it requires not really discipline, matter of fact, my bad for saying that, it requires renunciation. You're giving up shit. When you practice semen retention, you're not doing, oh man, so I can quit porn, so then I can feel better in this. No, you're renouncing. You don't give a fuck about all the benefits that people talk about. You're renouncing so you take back power. And when you can take back power because you're not depleting your prana through sexuality, through mindless entertainment, through junk food, through all these karmic compulsions that are keeping your consciousness stuck, rooted into your lower planes, once you stop the leakage of your life force, you take back the power. Now once you got more power, you got more prana, you can actually go past those lower three planes of consciousness, because we need to go up the spine. We need to walk up the mountain of self-mastery to first awaken that dharma before we can access devotion. That's what we're doing all these things for. We're not doing discipline to, oh man, I'm doing this fast because then I'll think better, and then I'll be able to do my work better, so then hopefully I can get more money, and then this and that. You see, I'm not saying these things are bad. It's good to be disciplined. But when it's all about me, then you're gonna stuck in that little surface level thing. Because when you think about me, you're thinking about, in reality, the body. You're thinking about survival sex status. That is your ego. It's rooted into that. You don't realize there's something beyond you, past this physical plane, past the material. That's why you must give up attachment to the material through renunciation, through the right-hand path of self-mastery. This is what we talk about here over on this channel. The second channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. You think what the fuck I'm saying? This is what we talk about here. This is what we talk about over on the main channel. Matter of fact, if you don't know about the main channel yet, you are missing out, my guy. You are missing out because like I just said, man, this is the second channel. This ain't the main channel. This ain't the main hub. This is where we break all of our content down in unscripted, uncut, unedited, raw, long format. So if you enjoy this, if you enjoy these types of talks out here in nature, in the field, in the flesh, that's what we're cooking up over here on this channel. But if you want to see another side of the coin, get another taste of the same sauce that we drop in when it comes to uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, that's what we got the main channel too for. This is where we do all of our documentary style content. Nice, clean cut, edited, scripted. You know, it takes a lot of time to produce these things. We got the podcast with guests over there. We got other types of videos like spiritual text summaries. So if you want to see another side of the coin, you want to get a more of a cinematic experience, definitely tap in with the main channel, my guy. And you can find the main channel by clicking the link posted in the description box down below. Just click that. You'll be forwarded to the main channel. Subscribe. Get up on some motherfucking game so you ain't out here looking like a lame. You dig what I'm saying? And just check out all the content that we got over there too, man. Because we break down the same types of topics. Over here, it's more raw, uncut, unedited, unfiltered. Like we're having a convo. Mano y mano. But over there, that's where we got the cinematic experience where you sitting down and you watching a goddamn movie, motherfucker. So definitely don't miss out on the main channel. Again, description box down below. Run it up, subscribe, support your boy, and support the revival of this esoteric science of self-mastery. But underneath also the link to my main channel within the description box, you'll see a link to my Instagram. Look, if you ever want to talk about these different types of topics, chop it up about these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open, my boy. Do not be shy. Shoot your boy a message and let's discuss all these things. Shoot your boy a follow. Get up on some more game. Get up on some more of the things that we posting over on the Instagram. Again, description box down below. You'll see it right there. Main channel and the Instagram. But like I was saying, all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, the second channel, The Philosopher Files, all the stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, aka The Philosopher, all the stuff that we talk about over on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we got to take a quick pause right there because I need to give a shout out to the fucking private Patreon community, man. Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro. Look, most people have already clicked off this video. Most people have already got triggered because I poke little holes at their self-improvement fucking identity. A lot of people are stuck in that matrix, but you're still listening to this. Because I'm guessing you a spiritual aspirant. You're not a self-improvement fucking nerd. You a spiritual aspirant. Better yet, you a spiritual motherfucking savage. You're someone who's dedicated to, again, renouncing things to inevitably open up the planes, the higher planes, which will reconnect you to your destiny, to your dharma, because you're not here just to have fun in life. You're here to be fulfilled, to fulfill your destiny. And that's the most fun you can really have. This idea of fun that they put out in front of us is just a fucking circus show because we always need more and more and more and more and more. And self-improvement keeps you stuck in there. But if you're still watching this, you are watching this for a reason because you resonate with the motherfucking message. Because you're a real savage. You're a real spiritual aspirant. You're really tapping into this idea of becoming a devotee who accesses devotion. You see what I'm saying? If you're one of those individuals, man, I'm gonna need you to pause whatever you're doing right now. Whatever you're doing. And go find the closest mirror to you. Find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in the bathroom. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Stare at that window and make him uncomfortable. Because I need you to take a good, hard look in there. Really analyze the person that stares right into your eyes. Stare right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Come on now, I'll wait. Let it really marinate within your mind. Let it sink into your psyche. Get a good click-clack Kodak moment of that man that's staring right into your eyes. Staring right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Because I need you to realize that you're doing that man, not me. That man that's reflected back into the mirror, that image. You're doing him a huge motherfucking disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet, if you're someone who, again, who's serious about this path of self-mastery. Because look, man, if you enjoy what we're talking about over here on this channel, over on the main channel, I'm telling you, your mind is gonna be fucking blown with the in-depth information that we cooking up over on the content within the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen. You ain't gonna find this stuff on this channel, on the main channel, matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet, because this is some real deal game, real deal sauce for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? But it's only for the people that are truly serious about this path. And I'm guessing you're one of those individuals. So you're missing out, my boy. You are missing out by not becoming a member of the private Patreon community, because not only do you get access to all those, the treasure trove of all these exclusive videos, but also you'll get access to all of our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Not the philosopher. I'm talking about the Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, which is all about being a part of our group chat, where you'll be surrounded with like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery, who are also walking up the same mountain with you side by side, who are going to hold you accountable, who want to see you elevate and inevitably want to see you liberate. If you want to be surrounded with individuals like that, if you want to be around a brotherhood like that, this is what the Philosopher's Circle group chat is all about. Because not only do we just got a group chat, this is also where we host our bi-weekly mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly mastermind live calls, where you hop in a live call with me, as well as the community of like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery. Look, you've heard the saying, you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. That is 100% fact, no cap in that rap. So if you're hanging around with 5 people who are stuck as self-improvement slaves, who are stuck in this idea of discipline is all that we need to achieve our destiny, to become our highest self, you're going to be the 6th person stuck up in that trap. You're going to be the 6th person. And I'm guessing you don't want to be that, because you would have clicked off this video by now. So you got to realize, by surrounding yourself with a community of men who are also on the same journey as you, who have the same type of mindset, that are walking up the mountain in different areas. We don't do all the same shit. We don't make up this mountain of self-mastery the same way, but we're still on the same mountain. You might take this path, I might take that path, but we still use the same principles, we still use the same tools to carve out our own lane, to inevitably reach the pinnacle, the peak point, which is called the road to self-realization, where you realize who you are beyond the brain and body, and most importantly, what you are really brought here to do, aside from just satisfying the senses. AKA accessing your dharma by first dissolving your karmas, through renunciation, through the right-hand path. If you want to be surrounded with individuals like that, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, bro, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy. I can 100% guarantee that shit. But if you need more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. Again, description box is where you'll find a link to my main channel, as well as the Instagram. Go scroll in the comment section. You'll see it right there. It's pinned as the first comment. Click that link that's posted in right there, and then you'll be forwarded to our page. And from there, you can join in as a member of the Philosopher's Circle and enjoy all the perks and benefits of becoming a member of the private Patreon community. But also within that link, within that page, you'll be able to see the other services that I also provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. Because if you're someone who's truly serious about this path, that is looking to work with me directly, one-on-one, mano-y-mano, to help you, help guide you, yes, you motherfucker, up this mountain of self-mastery through all these different sciences that we break down over here, to again dissolve your karmas and discover your dharma, so you can tap into full devotion, tap into your full destiny, tap into your full power, and tap into true fulfillment. This is what this coaching program is all about, because we're going to be essentially creating and curating a systemized, personalized approach to this mountain of self-mastery, how it is that you must get up on it by dissolving karmas, discovering your dharma. And once you've discovered your dharma, we fully devote you to that path, whether that's becoming a musician, becoming an artist, becoming a businessman, becoming a doctor. Don't matter what your dharma is. I don't know your dharma. Nobody knows your dharma but you, your mom, your dad, nobody. Not these self-improvement guys either. Not the people telling you discipline is your dharma. That's not your dharma. But what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And like I've said this so many times before, your dharma is like the sun. The sun is always out, right? Right now it looks beautiful, blue skies. Ain't a fucking cloud in sight. But a couple days ago, this shit was cloudy as hell out here in Cali. Do I think that when it's cloudy, the sun is not there? No, I know the sun is there. It's just covered up by clouds, covered up by rain, covered up by snow. Your dharma is the sun, and it's covered up by clouds, covered up by rain, covered up by snow. Your destiny, your duty, your real purpose, not what these self-improvement discipline guys will tell you. Become disciplined so you can find your purpose. You don't gotta find shit, you just forgot your purpose. Again, the analogy with the phone password, you have to find your phone password. No, man, you know what it is, you just forgot it. Your just mind is clogged up. And right now, on this essence, your spirit, your consciousness is clogged up with karmas. So we need to dissolve, disintegrate, and detach from all these degenerate habits that are causing all these karmas to be strong, and root your consciousness in the lower planes. We must discipline it, but more importantly, we must master it and devote ourselves to first accessing our dharma. So then, once we access it, once we clear up the clouds, we can see the sun shining full force. Now the sun, which is analogous to the heart chakra, opens up. Now you can fully devote yourself to the life you're always meant to live, because you have first re-access your power, re-access your prana, reclaim back your essence, your sovereignty, and use that to reveal your true self and reveal and realize your true potential, what you were really brought here to do. So again, if you're interested of taking your life to the next level, really dissolving your karmas to discover your dharma, shoot your boy an application for this coaching program. We'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for the program itself. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track, that's what we got the consultation calls for too as well. You can find the booking link again within the pinned comment of this video. Just click that, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether it's the joining the Philosopher's Circle, applying to the coaching program, or booking a one-on-one consultation call. From there you can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, on the main channel, especially on the private Patreon community, and especially within my coaching program, is all designed to inevitably help you discover your dharma. Because once you've discovered it, that's when you naturally tap into devotion. Now your discipline has a bigger reason behind it. Now life has a bigger reason behind it. You're not just doing shit for yourself, and this is what you're lacking. This is what most people are lacking. They're just doing shit for themselves. They're just doing this shit for that hedonistic cycle of survival, sex, and status. That's where their mind is stuck at. And this cycle is a bottomless pit, bro. No amount of cars, money, clothes, or hoes is truly going to fulfill you. No amount of discipline in order to get more biceps, bitches, and Bugattis is going to fulfill you. What truly brings fulfillment is when you're devoted to your dharma, to your destiny. But you first must discover that by dissolving your karmas. Discipline ain't enough to get you to achieve your destiny, because discipline alone can't help you discover your destiny. You must go beyond that. You must go beyond just what everybody else is doing if you want to truly embrace your own heroic path. You're brought here to be a hero of your own story, of your own life. But what is the thing that you're devoting yourself to? Like Hanuman. Hanuman devoted himself to Lord Rama. What is the thing that you're devoting yourself to? Right now, what I've said many times before, I'm devoting my whole destiny, my dharma right now for the time being, is to help revive this ancient wisdom, this ancient knowledge, this ancient information brought to us by the awakened sages of the past. Because, bro, all the stuff that I'm saying right now is not for me. It's not for me. It's already been said and done. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. There has been dharmic sages, true self-realized men who have laid down the blueprint for mankind to re-access his divine state, by living in alignment to his dharma, by devoting himself to his destiny. They have laid down the blueprint. So I'm not making up anything new. I'm not making up anything new. My job for the time being, my dharma, my destiny, what I'm devoting my life to is to revive this ancient knowledge and make it more practical, make it more applicable for the modern day man to plug into his life, because we are missing this shit. We all know about self-improvement, bro. But who the fuck is talking about self-mastery? I'll take up that sword. That's my sword. I'll do it. I'll go die doing it. And that's why I feel so invigorated and passionate when I talk in these videos, especially on this channel, man. Because I can be raw, in-depth, and just uncut. Just let my fucking... my tongue just rip. I can speak my shit. That's a ball. Write it down. I'm devoted to this, man. Devoted to this. And there's something for you that you fully devote yourself to. It is natural for you. It is your duty. It is your Lord Rama. And the fact that you've watched this far into the video shows me you're ready to discover what that is. Because look, man, let's just be honest. I know I'm entertaining and I know I look good, but you did not watch me yap out here in the field, in the flesh for an hour straight because if you just want to be entertained by me. You resonate with the motherfucking message. Forget about the messenger. Yes, my way of breaking it down might be the only way for you to connect and click with this information, but remember, focus on the message. I'm just a messenger. I'm just reviving that dharma. This shit is perennial. It's universal. But you connect with the message. You resonate with the message. You would have clicked off by now. And this shows you that you're ready to make that leap of faith into the unknown, past discipline, past what you know, to fully access your dharma, realize your destiny, and fulfill it full force because you have tapped into devotion. You are ready for that. You are ready for that. I always say this to people that watch this channel specific, the second, god damn it, bro, these flies. The second channel in specific, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, with the flies, dropping out that game so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? Just straight up speaking off the dome, no cuts, no edits. You guys are in the 1 percentile of the population that's not suffering from the modern disease called brain rot. Most people can't watch a video for this long. And you add on top of that the density of this information that's going right over their heads. But for you, yes, you motherfucker, it resonates with you. Why? I don't know. Maybe some of the past life karmas that you dissolve put yourself in a better position right now to access the ancient wisdom of the past so you can fully use this incarnation towards spiritual liberation. I don't know. You let me know in the comment section down below. That's a ball, write it down. But it don't matter. What does matter is that you resonate with the message. It clicks for you. That's step one. You got the knowledge. But now I need you to turn that knowledge, which is up in the mind, into gnosis, which resides in the heart. And that is only done through first-hand experience. You can understand what I'm saying, but I need you to understand what the fuck I'm saying. I need you to walk up this mountain of self-mastery, re-access your dharma, and feel what it means to live a life in a state of devotion. Not just discipline. You already know how that feels, and you're still not fulfilled. So why the fuck are you just trying to become more disciplined? Your shower can't get cold enough. You can't fucking, be more productive, bro. You need something. You need your destiny to truly feel fulfilled in life. And that's going to require you to master the self. And it's not an easy journey by any means, because it's all about renunciation. But if you truly want to access your full potential, your full power, this is the price that must be paid. You can hear what I'm saying. You can pick up what I'm putting down, but I can't just have you understand it. I need you to understand it. When it comes to self-improvement, people can watch video after video after video, read book after book after book, never apply that wisdom. They're called mental masturbators. Well, I'm calling you, yes, you motherfucker, a spiritual masturbator if you're just listening to me, but never actually applying the wisdom. You must walk up the mountain of dissolving your karmas through mastering the self to, again, discover your dharma so you can access the opening of your heart, so you can access what you're devoted to. And that's a life worth living, man. That's the heroic life. That's the warrior-like life. not the fucking nerd life, not the slave life. Discipline, when it's just discipline, is slavery. Discipline, when it's just discipline, is slavery. Discipline, when combined with devotion, becomes dangerous, becomes powerful, becomes heroic. You're missing devotion. Most people are mainly men, got the discipline or are working on it, but they always miss out on devotion. Very rarely do you see a devoted individual who don't got discipline. It usually is in the opposite format, which we see right there. So you need to realize that what I'm saying ain't gonna really connect with you until you actually feel it for yourself. It ain't gonna be enough. If you want to spiritual masturbate, go ahead, man. But you're wasting your time listening to me talk for an hour straight of your life. You ain't gonna get that back. It's time for you to take the leap of faith, because discipline alone ain't gonna be enough to achieve your destiny. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. I'm out of here. Peace.